Hey everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hima and today's video is my favorite kind of video to watch on YouTube, which is all about studying, productivity, organization and all that good stuff. But before we get into the video, we're gonna make ourselves a quick cup of coffee. Now, it would be weird to show you a study video without first telling you what I'm studying. So, I'm currently pursuing my master's in intellectual property law and new technologies. I'm in the final semester of my master's degree, wherein I now have to write my master's thesis or my dissertation. I'm currently in the research phase of my thesis writing, which is to say that I haven't actually started writing it as such. I'm still reading up research papers and other resources. I'm pretty behind the schedule already and I'm going to make myself a thesis planner or like a thesis journal to make sure that I stay accountable and set time-bound goals for myself. As of right now, I am using my Alicia Souza planner for all my study and work related planning, and until now I have been using this planner for my thesis planning as well. But the planner doesn't really have enough space for me to write all of the stuff about the thesis that I want to, and the layout of the planner is also not something that I'm looking for. So I'm also going to make a separate bullet journal dedicated solely towards planning and writing everything about my thesis. This is so that I have everything in one place, including all of the summary of my discussions with my thesis advisor, all the resource materials that I'm reading and referring to, as well as any other thesis related brainstorming that I want to do. I want all of it to be under one roof so I don't have like 10 different books to refer to when it comes to studying. I highly recommend making a study bullet journal if you guys are in university. It doesn't really have to be fancy or anything, it just needs to be functional and most importantly, it needs to work for you. I will still be using my Alicia Souza planner to mark the dates for my discussion meetings with my professor, as well as writing daily to-do lists like sending emails or what research paper I have to read that day, etc. And the rest of my planning will be in the bullet journal. The bullet journal that I'm using for my thesis planning is this really pretty spiral-bound dotted journal by the brand Factor Notes. It's an Indian brand that makes good quality and relatively affordable bullet journals. This one is called White Rose and it is an A4 size bullet journal with 160 pages, so that's quite a lot, and the paper is of 100 GSM, so it's pretty good quality too. I got this from Amazon and though it retails for 599 rupees, I purchased it during the Amazon sale in October and it cost me 299 rupees, which for a journal this big with these many pages is a really good deal. Also, it's so pretty to look at. I will link their website in the description box or you can even find them on Amazon. Other stuff I'm using to make the thesis planner is just a pencil. I first draw stuff with a pencil because I absolutely do not trust myself with a pen, and you'll see why later in the video. If you're one of those amazing people who can just freehand stuff with a pen, you probably don't need this. An eraser because I'm not even good with a pencil. This thick 0.8 tip pen for drawing borders and for lettering, and this 0.7 tip pen for drawing finer lines and for finer lettering. I also have these stencils which are really handy because I cannot draw stuff to save my life. I got these from AliExpress maybe 2 years ago in 2018 and they are a lifesaver if you're into bullet journaling but do not possess basic drawing skills. You also need a whole lot of bullet journal inspo, for which I am obviously going to use my planning and journaling board on Pinterest. The very first thing I'm going to do is make a calendar to count down to the final date of my thesis submission, which is 24th February 2021. and I'm going to start the calendar from today's date, which is the 5th of November. I know I sound really calm while saying this, but I am absolutely shitting bricks at how little time I have to write my thesis. As every day passes by, I'm going to cross off the date so that every time I open it, there is a visual reminder for me that I need to be working at this god speed. The next page I'm going to make into a brain dump page. This is again so important for people like me because one day I am absolutely clueless and blank, and then the next day I have so many ideas as to what I want to do. Also, don't worry about the left side of all the pages, they will not go to waste. I keep needing space for rough work and I do a lot of rough work. Next, I'm going to write the broad goals for my thesis writing and set a target date for when I want to achieve them. Next, I'm going to make myself a word count tracker. Again, this is not really necessary. The quality and not the quantity of your content matters, but this also helps me visually track my accomplishments and keeps me accountable for the progress I make each day. So this has three columns: start, end, and progress. Now, of course, I haven't started writing yet, but whenever I do, I am going to use this tracker. How it works is, say for example, if I start at 0 and write 500 words today, then I write 0 in the start column and 500 in the end column, and the day's progress is 500 words. And then tomorrow I only managed to write 250 words, then the start column here will say 500, the end column will say 750, and the day's progress will be 250 words. At the bottom is the date by which I want to finish my first draft and the goal word count. I'm actually supposed to write 50 pages, but it is easier to track things by word count than by pages. So I'm roughly just converting pages into words by considering one page to be 500 words long. That brings me to about 25,000 words. Of course, I'm just throwing numbers here, and I want to finish the first draft of 25,000 words by say 15th December. So then I write that date beside it, so I know where I want to reach and by when I want to be able to reach there. Then I'm leaving a few pages blank just in case I need more goal tracking or word count pages, or if I want to add any other pages. And here onwards, the rest of the pages are for writing notes. I have weekly meetings with my thesis advisor, so I'm dedicating this entire section of the planner to jotting down all the points of my discussion so that I have all of them in one place. This section will also be used for making a list of all the research papers I'm reading and writing down the page number and summary of the research of a particular research paper that is relevant to me. As of right now, this is all I want to include in my thesis planner, and I'm now going to work towards accomplishing my goal for today, which is to write down my goals and set a due date for them, among other things. While I'm studying, I usually like listening to lo-fi study music on Spotify. Just search for lo-fi study music in the search bar and you'll get some pretty good recommendations of playlists. I will link the one that I'm currently listening to in the description box below. Now, I already have my topic decided and approved by my thesis advisor. I also have the hypothesis that I want to defend or the thesis question that I will attempt to answer. What I need to do at this point is to make a broad skeleton or like a roadmap of what all I'm going to do and cover in my thesis. For example, I want to make a comparative analysis of the laws relating to my thesis question in the United States, in Europe, and in India. And in that comparative analysis, I want to cover points like what the law currently says, whether it directly addresses the contention of my topic or not, and if not, then whether it can be interpreted in favor of my hypothesis. So what I'm going to do is set myself specific dates by when I want to finish researching a particular thing. Say for example, till the 17th of November, I want to complete the comparative analysis of the US laws. So I'm going to write that task and set the due date for it in the goal tracker. This also helps me to visually segregate and organize all the research in my head. I am a very visual person, so the tracker helps me feel less overwhelmed about things. Now that I've set my broad goals here, I can divide those into smaller daily goals and tasks which I will write in my Alicia Souza planner. It doesn't make sense to plan too ahead when you're doing research-based work because you will always keep adding new things to your list of goals anyway. So I'm only setting goals till the 24th of November, by which time I actually want to start writing the first draft of my thesis. I'm not making long-term goals right now because of course these goals might change or get modified as I continue to work on them. So I will take stock of my progress by the 24th of November and then maybe make myself a new goal tracker for after that, depending on whether I've achieved my present goals. In the notes section, I'm going to fill in all my notes from my previous discussions with my thesis advisor, which are all over the place. Please don't judge me. I am using this planner system for my thesis writing, but you can do it for any purpose really, be it writing a novel or an upcoming examination you need to study for, a new language that you're learning, or a work project that you need to complete within a foreseeable deadline. I hope this video was useful for you. If it was, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel so that I can make more such videos for you in the future. And that's it for today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.